Good afternoon. Welcome to Coding with Sever and my Introduction to Python series. Today we're looking at the programming problem of verifying the date format of an input string. This video series is comprised of 6 separate parts. In part 1, I will give an overview of the programming problem. In parts 2, 3, and 4, I will do some live coding of the various functions that we're going to need. Part 5, we'll come back and review some of the code that we have previously written. And then finally, in part 6, we'll put it all together to form the actual program. And along the way, in each of the live coding portions, we do testing of the functions developed. Thank you for joining me for part 1 of the Verifying the Date Format of an Input String video series. So here is our programming problem. What do we really want to do? We want to determine if a string entered by the user is a valid date string. And we'll talk about what constitutes a valid date string in a moment. And if the string is a valid date string, then we want to convert the string to a human-readable format indicating the name of the month and also indicating which day of the week for that particular date. So for example, if the input string is 01-29-2001, our output could be as follows. The year 2001 was not a leap year. On January 29th of 2001, the day of the week was Monday. So you can see from our output criteria, we will need to be able to determine whether a given year is a leap year, and we will need to figure out on which day of the week the actual date fell. Let's get started. So first, what constitutes a valid date string? There are many date formats, but we're going to look at basically formats that are either an 8-character sequence format, where you have a delimiter being a slash, a dash, or a period. And again, even in this 8-character date sequence, you can see there are many different ways in which it can be represented. Similarly, we could also look at a 10-character date sequence, and that's the format we're going to use for today's exercise. So we're going to use a 10-character sequence date format with the delimiter being the hyphen. So really we're looking in the middle group here and the top format listed. Namely, we want the month to have 2 digits followed by a dash, the date to have 2 digits followed by a dash, and then a 4-digit sequence for the year. So that will be our target format for this exercise or for this video. So now we need to think about what is our programmatic goal. In other words, what do we want to accomplish? Well, simply, we want to determine if a string entered by the user is a valid date string. And yes, we have some other output criteria and other things to do, but largely this is what we're really considering. So really, what does it mean for a date string to be valid? In other words, what is the acceptable format? As I've already indicated, we're going to be working on a 10-character date string of the following form. For example, 01-25-2001 would be an acceptable date string. What other criteria, other than the structural criteria, should the date string satisfy? Well, I think we would agree that the 2-digit numbers entered for the month and day should be valid. In other words, the 2-digit number representing the month should be a valid month number. The same could hold for the days. So for example, 13-29-2001 would not be valid. We don't have a 13th month of the year. 01-29-2001 would be valid. It's January 29th, 2001 would be an acceptable date. 02-29-2001 would not be valid because 2001 was not a leap year, and we know if you're not in a leap year, February does not have 29 days. Lastly, 2/29/2000 is valid because 2000 was a leap year. What other criteria does the string need to satisfy? Well, we want to determine whether the specified year is a leap year. We want to convert the date string to a human-readable format where we indicate the month by name and also indicating the day of the week. So, for example, 01-29-2001, we would want to say that 2001 was not a leap year because it wasn't. And then we want to convert the date to a human readable format, which would be January 29th, 2001. We also want to use Zeller's congruence or some other method to determine what day of the week on which that date fell. Finally, just to keep the years within some reasonable range, let's agree for the sake of this problem that the years should be from 1800 to 2030. All right, so now how do we begin this problem? What is the first thing that we need to do? Well, there are many different approaches to code design and many different ways we could go about solving problems such as this. While the logic that should comprise our programmatic solution has not been specified, we have been given some specific structural criteria the input string needs to satisfy. Let's start there. That would be a good place to start. Here's what we need to check. We need to determine if the string has exactly 10 characters, that there are 2 hyphens, that those hyphens are in the right positions, that the data outside of the hyphens are numbers. Now, when it comes to the numbers, we need to determine if the month is between 1 and 12, the day is between 1 and 31, well, and in particular, that it's between 1 and 31 on the correct months, between 1 and 30 on the other months, and finally for February, that is between 1 and 28 for a non-leap year and 1 and 29 on a leap year. Whew, that seems like a lot. And of course, it is, but as you can see here, we're breaking the overall problem into these 5 sub-problems. This will help us deal with the complexity. So notice, as I just said, we are breaking down the larger programmatic problem into smaller sub-problems. Now, at this point, we know we should solve these sub-problems. There will be other problems, perhaps including some design issues, that we will need to consider. We will resolve those once we get through looking at or solving these initial subtasks. So overall, let's look at how our thought process is laying out. We need to verify that the string has the correct format. Once that happens, verify that the data is correct, perform our calculations, such as is it a leap year, what is the day of the week, and then output the results to the user. So this is a kind of a high-level overview of what needs to happen. Now, how do we go about verifying these initial tasks? Well, you could check all of these individually, but I think we can group some of them as well. We can group some of these for convenience. So I said, let's look at trying to handle in our first function that we're going to write. Let's see if we can tackle all 3 of these things at once. So let's group these as one subtask. Namely, does the string have the correct format? Well, obviously, this is a binary consideration. Yes, it has the current format, or no, it doesn't. And probably in the case that it's yes, we want to return a true. And if not, we want to return false. So we're looking at basically writing a Boolean function that returns true or false back to the main program. But in this case, we need to consider error reporting in the case that it's false. We need to consider error reporting and perhaps larger issues of program control. We will address those issues in a few minutes. So let's start to write our code. I'm Tim Sever. Thank you for joining me for this video installment. Like the video, comment below if you have any questions, and don't forget to subscribe for updates regarding videos on this channel.